What's up guys, the Snow Dog here. So during my push to 8k I encountered a couple of hard counters that I managed to beat. So I'm going to be going over these games to show you guys how to beat these matchups. So the first game is going to be against Splash Yard. And this is a really hard matchup because they have Poison, Valk, Barb Barrel, Ice Wizard. All these cards that can really counter your graveyard. So you're going to need to find a way to break through without using your graveyard pretty much, or make them use their poison so that you can use your graveyard on offense. So here I'm just going in with Dark Prince, and I'm trying to get the most value out of my Archer Queen, so I'm cycling her in the back when he plays cards like Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, Valk. So he poisons my queen here, so this means I can go in for an offensive graveyard if I want to. So I'm going to Giant in the back here. And he goes Valk in the back. So that's how he's going to play this matchup. He's just going to defend pretty much the whole game and then cycle graveyards and triple elixir. So I actually go naked graveyard here with minions because I know that his poison is out of cycle. So it forces out a NATO and an Ice Wizard from him. And I still have to deal with the Valk and the Baby Dragon in the left lane, but that's just an easy queen and ability. The Valk gets a few hits, but it's not really a big deal. He still has to deal with this full health Archer Queen going down the left lane, so that's gonna make the elixir more even. Queen ability will pretty much kill the Valk. So now we're kind of back to even, so I need to find a way to break through his defense. He's gonna Tombstone, and I just arrow because Tombstone is really hard for the Giant to break through. He goes Baby Dragon in the back, and I can just Giant here. The tower will kill it. And so he goes for a graveyard here, Dark Prince on defense, and it wasn't the best graveyard since the Baby Dragon didn't tank for the graveyard. So I see my chance to go in on offense now. He's going to poison my graveyard, but I have my Dark Prince and Archer Queen relatively healthy behind it. So I'm hoping to get some damage from those. Archer Queen ability can still be used. And here, he actually misses the Valk on the Archer Queen, so the Archer Queen gets a ton of damage, which is really good because it's hard to get damage in this matchup. So I know I'm up on elixir, so I need to keep going aggressive. So I'm just going to go with a Giant graveyard here at the bridge. I'm trying to get my Giant to connect to tower by arrowing the Tombstone. And he's just going to Ice Wiz, and that'll kill my Giant. So I'm going to go with a high Queen because it's really good at winning bridge battles, especially with the invisibility. It'll clean up his Valk, Baby Dragon, and Ice Wiz at the bridge. So here it kills his Valkyrie and then helps to kill his Baby Dragon. So I'm just going to go in again. Queen stays alive even with that Barb Barrel. I'm going to arrow the Tombstone again, trying to get Dark Prince and Giant to the tower. And he Valks at the last minute, so I'm just going to Dark Prince to counter that. And I know that I'm up on elixir, I think. So I'm just going to snowball his Tombstone to try to kill it so I can go in for another push. Archer Queen. And so he's going to go in aggressive here with a Baby Dragon graveyard push. And I block with my Giant and go minion so that I can defend easily. And then he still has to deal with the Archer Queen in the left lane, so that forces out a Valk. And triple elixir hits here. So I know he's going to be going more aggressive, and in the right lane, there he goes with another Baby Dragon graveyard push. He doesn't really do anything to my Skarmy though, so it's able to clean up his graveyard easily, and he poisons here, which means I can go in freely on the left lane with Dark Prince graveyard. And he tombstones, but arrow snowball will kill that, and I even hit the Ice Wizard. And that's going to be game as the skeletons pile up on his tower. So in this matchup, you want to make sure you take advantage of any time they use their poison on offense so that you can go in on your own offense. And another game I ran into was this RG Mother Witch Archer Queen matchup. And this is a tough matchup because obviously Mother Witch can turn all your skeletons into pigs, and Fisherman can also activate King Tower with like your Giant or your Dark Prince. So you really want to make sure you don't like cycle your Giant or other troops that could activate King Tower. Because if they do activate King Tower, it's pretty much over, because you can't really get good damage with your graveyard. So I'm just going to go Dark Prince so that my Dark Prince will stay alive and see what he does. In this matchup, you really need to play passively because any bit of overcommitment will result, like for example, in the Mother Witch spawning a lot of pigs, or like the Fisherman activating your King Tower or something. So I Giant in front of my Archer Queen to try to keep it alive, and it does stay alive. I think I'm gonna use the ability, but he logs. So that's kind of a bad ability, but it's still worth it to always use the ability in case like you get that 1 HP lock on the tower. So he's gonna Fisherman. I have to Scar me because I have a really bad hand, and I don't want to like waste my snowball and arrows because I need it for the Mother Witch. So I know he's gonna Mother Witch here since I went Scar me in the back, so I hit him with the snowball arrows. And then minions are good for here for defense. He's actually gonna do a high Archer Queen. So I let the Dark Prince connect because I don't want to overcommit on defense. And yeah, I'm just gonna use Dark Prince on the Archer Queen. And I know it's gonna get some damage, but I don't want to fall behind an elixir, or else he'll just RG and I can't defend it. So here is a good opportunity to Giant in the back, because he doesn't have all his defensive cards in hand yet, like Mother Witch and Archer Queen. So he has to Fisherman in the back. And so I Archer Queen because I'm trying to build up a pretty big push here and maybe get his Mother Witch out of hand. So I just snowball to cycle, and I'm trying to have my Archer Queen kill all his troops. He fireballs my minions, which is okay, and my Archer Queen gets a ton of value killing all those troops. I sneak a Giant in front of the Archer Queen, and I wanted to graveyard, but I knew he had Mother Witch, so I couldn't. So instead I just went Scar me and minions at the bridge. This push is pretty much dead, but at least it's forcing him to spend elixir in the left lane and not the right lane. So I go Dark Prince in the back right as he goes RG, which was probably a bad decision, but I try to defend it with my Archer Queen and Dark Prince. And this is really bad because my tower gets down to 600 HP. So I know I have to go in really aggressive here. But there's not many options for me to break through, so here he goes for an RG at the bridge because he knows that he's very close to winning, but my minions and Dark Prince are actually able to kill it. The Fisherman pulls the Giant closer to the tower, and I snowball the Archer Queen and tower, and my Dark Prince connects to the tower, arrow trying to predict his Electro Spirit. And at this point, I'm just trying to cycle back to my graveyard as quickly as possible because I know he's going to RG the bridge and try to take my tower. And I'm just hoping that the skeletons get enough hits, and they do. So that's going to be game. This is a pretty bad matchup, but you can win it if you play patiently. So those were a couple of my recent matches. I'm going to try to hit 8K this season. Subscribe if you enjoyed my video. I'll try to make more in the future. Peace out.